can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. Yeah, we gotta go recover Graha. If we don't save him, he doesn't get his taco. It seemed our conversations were much alike. Looming disaster, creation magic's running rampant. This convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Ooh, Dino got teeth? Vigigames are important. Bit right? You good there? Oh, Orangeberry, if I may. What are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? Fascinating discipline indeed. What the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. It's not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Ascians, or in ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. See, we arrived at the same conclusion then. People who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the other which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere. From a hoard of crystals, mayhap, or from the very land itself. Ah, buy one get ones are always great. It's free, I don't care if it's good. It was free! Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter, which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding him at Selk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us in without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought those permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. Wonder, Lorocon, could you be eligible for one of these writs? Voice and list seem to know who you were. Might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. Nice. Cheap games, always good. Indies, I'd rather play closer to full price if I'm like super interested in the game and I want to see it succeed. But like AAA games, yeah, screw them. They can take my penny, give me the game. Come back when you make game good. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they'll know something that could help cure Archon's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course, I don't mind. Just lead the way. We're gonna split the party. We're gonna split the party. Then Y'shtol and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There's surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. reconvene in front of the Capitol. I would like... I mean, these are each gonna be... There. Need 4 more. There's 3 of them. So I should probably grab each of these. I must say, little one, those garments you're wearing, they are your own original concepts, I take it? Clearly they must be, given their rather singular flamboyance. I never dream of stifling a fledgling creator's creativity, but to rate her out in your cultivated individuality is hardly praiseworthy. No margarine of character shares their creations with the community. They do not hoard them for their use alone. Delight in disparity is a mark of the morally deficient. Disparity engenders feelings of want and resentment, which degrade the bonds of fellowship. Thus do we encourage creators to share and share alike, whilst we risk kindling the embers of covetousness and violence that ever smolder in the hearts of all. Therefore I must implore you, little one, to cast aside your original trappings and don the communal robes, that you might acquit yourself as an equal among many. In so doing, you'll be afforded greater respect and autonomy. Worry not, for this will be a simple affair. I recall seeing a gentle soul outside the Hall of Rhetoric carrying robes perfectly suited for one of your diminutive stature. I am sure they'll be glad to share their wealth with you. But do hurry, little one. The eyes of the collective are ever watching and weighing your worth. Relaxing is important. Relaxing when you've got high-stress things coming up, super important. Midterms are gross. Ow. Oh, aren't you looking rather smart this evening? What can I do for you, little one? I was told I'm dressed too flashy. Can you fix that? Robes to serve in lieu of your ensemble? Ah, how prudent. Alas, I have nothing I can offer you at this present time. The ones your associate saw me carrying earlier were a failed experiment. I never intended to make them so small, so I disposed of them shortly thereafter. A failed experiment? So fail again in exactly the same way. By your bemused expression, I gather you find it odd that your elders can fail in so simple an application of creation magics. It is more common than you may realize, little one. In this instance, a gaggle of children was passing by as I held the image of the robes in my mind's eye. Simply by becoming aware of their presence was the form influenced, and the final product changed. All things considered, it could have been worse. Just the other day I was attempting to conceive a white-haired lion, and all of a sudden this exquisite eagle alighted on the nearby railing, giving me quite the shock, and dramatically altering my initial concept. Yes, indeed, it is a most unexpected development, but not an altogether unwelcome one. Great strides are often born from unexpected impetuses, but even inspiration has its limits. For all the wonders we have wrought, I do wonder if there will come a time when we have fully explored the potential of our powers, when there is truly nothing left unmade, and only iteration and imitation and stagnation remain. But such esoteric matters need not concern you, little one. For now, I would encourage you to embrace your creativity and work your magics without failure. Nevertheless, it would still be in your best interest to don the appropriate robes to avoid excess scrutiny. Why don't you go to the Bureau of the Architect and request the appropriate concept so you can fashion one yourself? I mean, if you absolutely insist. But like, I like my clothes. Greetings, little one. Come to debate? At so young an age, how wonderful. Shall we retire to the benches and settle on a topic? Oh, my apologies for jumping to conclusions. My friends are not quite as fond of the Hall of Rhetoric as I am, so I have a habit of chatting up any potential conversation partners. So if you're not here to debate, I presume you're here to learn about the mysterious and esoteric goings-on here? It would be my pleasure to act as your tutor in these matters if you'll indulge me. The Hall of Rhetoric is, as its name indicates, a place where citizens may freely gather to discuss and debate all manner of topics. The central forum is ideal for open discourse, but smaller rooms are available for those desiring more intimate conversation. Oh, and there is a wealth of reading material concerning rhetorical techniques and history penned by the greatest minds on offer as well, should you wish to refine your techniques through self-study. To my mind, however, rhetoric is a living, breathing thing that is best experienced in the moment of conception and execution. Perhaps a demonstration would best serve to further your education. I saw a contemporary of mine engaged in a lively debate earlier, just outside the hall. Go and see if they're still there, and issue them my personal invitation to a friendly battle of wits. I'd invite you to a battle of wits, but it's not kind to battle an unarmed opponent. Twith. That is precisely my point. Their obsession with the so-called mandate to approve only the most beneficial concepts for wider distribution, never mind the ridiculous subjectivity of their criteria, has led the Bureau of the Architect astray from its original purpose. Have you business with me, child? Regardless, I am in the middle of a heated discussion with my partner. Come back later. It's later. Maybe? I don't... It doesn't sound right, but I'm not sure it's wrong. No. My position has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of unique identity and whether or not it is retained. Rather, I posit that the reproductions of a given concept are inherently imperfect, unless they are themselves unique, albeit in minor but significant degrees, and most importantly, this variance is not to be condemned, but celebrated. Better than that than to strive in vain for an impossible standard that, even if met, would leave us lesser for lack of diversity. Almatrines appear engrossed in their debate, utterly deaf to you and your pleas for attention. Hey. Don't make me pull on your robes. Why, aren't you a stubborn little bugger? Strangely endearing, I must admit. We have all the same time in the world. Why are you so insistent that I speak with you this very instant? Ah, you're acquainted with that chatterbox. I suppose I do owe them a debate or two. It now is as good an occasion as any, so be it. Is it TK? Because this is just a normal Sunday. I need help. I see you found my friend. Thank you, little one. Then, without further ado, let us commence the promised debate. Oh, I have to listen to you talk each other's ear off? As to the matter of what subject we shall debate today, I propose the recent calamity which has befallen our friends across the pond. What say you? The singular point of contention is, of course, whether or not Amarot should intervene on their behalf. I believe we should. A scale of disaster which threatens that distant metropolis is of a scale heretofore unseen. And so equally considerable resources must be committed to counteracting its effects.
It's about 20 minutes shy of 7 hours over the ideal.
I disagree. The scale concerns me less than the nature of the proposition itself. Who are we to unilaterally interfere in the affairs of those half a world away? Are we to be saviors of one and all? Such arrogance may well lead to our own downfall. While I understand your concerns from a philosophical standpoint, I fear you are too quick to dismiss practical considerations out of a desire to maintain an unassailable moral authority. Vamps agreed to be in voice chat with me the entire time, right? Let us, you and I, hold here for the present, and offer the floor to our young student. You have heard our opening salvos in this debate concerning the fate of our neighbors across the sea. What is your opinion on the matter? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Indeed. Same can be said regardless of one's opinion on the immorality of intervention. There is a clear and undeniable benefit to Amarat in using this situation as a testbed for our newest creations, that we might redevelop and refine our defenses against a potential threat to our own fair city. How readily you see the moral high ground. Was not our young friend's point that we have an ethical obligation to aid those in need? Not only do you instead elect to focus on the benefit to Amarat alone, but you also deprive our distant neighbors of the agency to determine their own fate. You misunderstand me. What benefits Amarat benefits all creation, I firmly believe, for the knowledge and wisdom we stand to gain from intervention can then be shared with others, empowering everyone to more effectively surmount similar trials in the future. Amarat! Everything's about Amarat. Are you done talking now? I must say, it has been far too long since I engaged in such a refreshing exchange of ideas. My colleague was equally delighted by the opportunity, you may be assured. Some decry it as little more than an academic exercise. After all, we failed to reach a meaningful consensus, but I dare say they missed the forest for the trees. Are we not enlightened by the experience? Have we not been exposed to a greater variety of viewpoints? Is there not value in this alone? I truly believe we are blessed to be part of a society that exalts the free exchange of ideas, and that encourages active participation in the public discourse. This may have been no more than your first foray into the exciting world of rhetoric, but I sense you have the soul of a debater in you. You may well have the potential to change Amarat in ways no one has ever thought possible. I shall be watching your trajectory with great interest, my young friend. Yeah, cool. Catch you on the other side. Did it work? Was I paying attention? That worked. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, little one. Are you here to request a concept for personal use? If so, what sort of concept did you have in mind? Ah, communal robes. It will take about a moment to prepare, but before I fully request, I should caution you. Pardon me for your asking, but your creative potential is, relatively low, is it not? We are trying to assess these things, and I fear that you do not possess the ability to express this concept in physical form. It's almost as though you completely lack it. That can't possibly be. But regardless of the reason, you needn't worry. We have special tools that may be used to address this very eventuality. I will furnish you with an etheric rope you can use to restrain one of the misbegotten cubuses that congregate in the plaza north of the Academia United. You'll need to weaken your quarry before you can reliably bind them, but once you have, you can repurpose the energies to create your own robes. Neat. It is a cat smacking a fish. Also, when the hell did that get added? Wait, is that... Who the hell is squatting cat? Greetings and welcome to the Bureau of the Architect. Are you in need of assistance? It would be my pleasure to answer any questions you might have. To your left is the counter where you may submit registrations for new creations. To your right, you will find the counter where you may requisition concepts on file. Now that's clearly hitting the fish's face. Am I correct in assuming you are not familiar with the services we provide? I see. A more detailed explanation is in order then. You understand that by harnessing the powers of creation, we can give physical form to all manner of concepts, yes? Picture a bouquet of fresh, fragrant flowers, all the colors of a rainbow. Now picture those self-same flowers formed of delicate crystal, possibly fragile and radiating hues beyond the visual spectrum. Every day our people push the boundaries of imagination to conceive new and striking designs like these. How many games you got, Dragon Girl? Let the dice decide. But there are limits to what a single individual can shape with their abilities alone. Those who harbor greater ambitions may offer their concepts to others here, that they might, with the strength of many, accomplish what one cannot. Not all concepts are approved for wider distribution, of course. Dangerous, subversive creations pose a risk to everyone, and so it is only after a comprehensive evaluation, after a concept is judged to further the greater good, that we permit it to be shared with the community. Are those... That looked like something that would beat Sammy. So, what I'm hearing is... The dice have spoken, gender fluid Link. Do you understand, little one? Since you are here, I think you might benefit from conversing with some of the others currently availing themselves of our services. Why don't you go and speak with some of the citizens waiting for their registrations to be processed? Much as I would like to believe my explanation was more than sufficient, I expect that you may gain greater insight in this way.
Currently, I'm feeling like I'm getting greater, approaching to the end of my time. And I want to at least hit that button.
Hello, hello, little one. So rare it is to see one of your size roaming around here. Come to learn about the Bureau, are we? I'm here today to register a new creature. Boneless and with semi-translucent skin. It drifts through the air, like a dancer on a summer breeze, its tentacles trailing behind. It utilizes gas bladders to propel itself from place to place, you see. So it's an octopus? I'll admit it's not the most elegant of designs. I'd not shed a tear if it were rejected, quite frankly. But what can I say? I take pleasure in conceiving unorthodox designs. A bidder like you shouldn't take after me, though. If you're looking to pick up a few tips, you should probably ask someone else. Oh, is that my number they just called? You'll excuse me.
How often is that how you feel about Medusa?
Are you the child I saw speaking with the attendant earlier? I thought so. So young and already so eager to learn about creations and concepts. That curiosity will serve you well, little one. I've been credited with a few popular concepts, I'm proud to say. I'm hoping that my latest will be equally well received. Autonomous figures. I say my latest, but really it's the product of many others' efforts and individual insights. But such is the case for every masterwork, I reckon. Autonomy notwithstanding, these creations know no fear. They are wholly devoid of emotion, and will without hesitation or resistance engage in any dangerous activity, even if death is assured. There's a beauty in that, I think. I hope the officials do as well. I tell you, there is nothing more nerve-wracking and thrilling than the waiting period before you receive the result. I love it and hate it in equal measure. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. If you're still keen to learn more, and I not pester that worrywart over yonder, come to think of it, I think their particular creation was designed to appeal to children. You there, an aspiring creator come to learn about the Bureau and its inner workings, I trust. It's all well and good, but since you're here, perhaps you can help me with a little something? I've been refining a concept of mine for some time now. Adorable little creatures designed to be the perfect plaything for any young citizen. But I'm still terribly unsure if it's ready to be submitted for approval. Which is why I was hoping you might first put it through its paces and tell me what you think. Your honest opinion. I'll have no flattery from you, young lady. This matrix will allow you to summon my creations, but don't use it here. Take it outside first. Don't be afraid to play rough. It's all part of the fun.
Aha. That's gonna be for next week. I would like to use the Etherite crystal. Okay, we are attuned to that.